So I'm gonna continue doing this Decode the Morse code today. I'm gonna separate 2 hours for this. And if I can't do it, I'm gonna look at the solution. And if I can do it in a lower time frame, I'm just gonna stop streaming. I'm gonna start Code Academy Pro, I think, today. And I want to get the most out of it I think I'm gonna get it for just 1 month. And then I'm thinking about, I couldn't find a good site that is similar to Code Academy to learn C++. So I'm gonna search for that after I do Code Academy. If I can't find anything, then I'm probably gonna do more courses on Code Academy. But the Code Academy doesn't have C++ stuff. It has 2 courses, but I didn't think they are very good. So yeah. And then after I'm done with the Code Academy stuff, then I'm gonna start the build space projects, which might take a whole month, to be honest, depending on how hard and how long does it take me to do Code Academy courses. So I didn't look at this at all since the last time I was trying to do this. And I remember I was very close, and the only problem was that I wasn't getting the full string. Because this while loop here finishes after the pattern. So it finds the pattern of the 3 spaces. Oh, where is the 3 spaces? Oh, this is the function that I created outside of this. Or maybe not. Oh, yeah, it is. So the 3 space patterns, it stops the loop on this say, and then doesn't catch the last word because the last word doesn't have the 3 things anymore. So I wonder if I comment this out, what's gonna happen if I don't remove the string after. Yeah, the biggest problem, yeah, is that I'm getting from 0 to D. That's the thing. What if I do D++ at the end? Or I make this, declare a variable here. Maybe it has to be size size the type as well. I put the variable equals to I, and then here I make I++. Maybe plus plus I is better, actually. And so I actually has to be the length, I think. Maybe if I make I plus equals space dot length. Oh, it has to be equal to this, I think. But then the issue is that it's gonna be bigger than the, and I'm not sure. I don't think it's gonna work. Maybe if I do this and if I do d plus equals plus equals space length as well. Or maybe just d plus equals d plus plus. No, I think that should be d plus equals space length. Because it's gonna be the same as the initial, but one pattern. But then I'm not sure if it's gonna end the loop. That's the problem. I know the find returns a number and substring returns a string, but I just don't understand how does it work when it's 0, 0 here on the first loop. It's returning the or that because this number here. So word is gonna be the substring that contains the pattern before the delimiter, I think. Which is gonna be the number. The issue is the last one. What if I take the whole size of the thing and divide by the pattern? What happens in the end as well? When let me go back. Oh, I'm not erasing. That's the problem. So D is this actually? Oh no, I'm doing another center count here. So this is 11. I can get another pattern for the end of this string and then make an OR condition. I could do that. The problem is I don't want to go to another solution because then I'll probably have to erase everything that I did and start from scratch because it's gonna be a different way. And I'm not too sure about what to search. Oh, here, maybe I can use this. But even if I use this, the problem is the pattern, not the length, I think. Because it only finds the pattern once. I don't get here how he's getting the last one. That's the thing. I don't understand why this warning now. Maybe because I'm not using the variable. It's kind of weird. Let me just copy this stuff there and see what do I get. And this should be pause. Oh, forgot the limiter. Oh, S is the string. So S. Here. Okay. So this gets both of them, which is weird because I'm still using 3 empty spaces. So maybe I was doing something different in the previous one that I don't remember. Let's see if I can pass this now to the other function that I created here. Parse character. Results plus equals parse character token. And then it has to needs to have a space at the end. We'll test like this first. Yeah, now I get the same thing. So when I don't do this and I print, I get both of the letters, it seems like, for the pattern there. Oh, unless that pattern is just the hey word, and I'm confusing for both words, which is possible. Yeah, it's probably what's happening. I think I'm just getting one for both ways. But it's weird that here they are saying that you get the 3. Maybe this one is better to try. I think I'm gonna go back to the way that it was before. Oh, even though this also works. So maybe I'll leave it like this. Because if this doesn't work, then I can just do Ctrl Z and start back from the previous solution. Oh, what am I doing? I can just call the function outside here. Because I'm modifying the string. So I can just do parse character Morse code like I was doing before, and that's gonna take care of the last word. Hopefully this works. I can do Oh, here I need to have the space. Then I can have results plus equals this. Nice, let's go. Hopefully it works on the other ones. Oh, damn it. So, the problem, at least it's progress, so extra zeros handling. Oh, that's the thing that they mentioned from the beginning and end of the strings that you need to disconsider. Oh, and there's also the SOS symbol that I'm not sure how it works. Oh, at least it's getting here. Yeah, so it's probably the empty spaces in the beginning and the end. So what I'm gonna do is remove them at the start of the function. I think I can do the substring as well. Thing to remove empty spaces. Just use a different delimiter. But I think I'm gonna look at the Stack Overflow solutions. It's called trimming. If you can use boost, I'd recommend it. What is boost? Boost string algorithms library. Oh, so it's a library for formatting strings. The generic implementation of string-related algorithms which are missing in STL. It's an extension of the is an extension to the algorithms library of STL and includes trimming, case conversion, and predicts. I'm not gonna use this. Find first not off. You get the index of the first known whitespace character, then find last not off. And the end that isn't whitespace. With this, use substring to get the substring with no surrounding whitespace. Suppose you're edit. I don't know the term, but I'd guess something along the lines of reduce. So that's what I called it. Note I've changed the whitespace to be a parameter for flexibility. Now this is really long. Isn't there a way that's faster than this? Or more simple? The biggest issue for me is gonna be working with these pointers and references. I know that there's, from the solo learn course that I finished, there's an arrow reference that you can use with classes that is similar to the pointer, and then you use it with the this keyword. And there's several other things that are very confusing, and it's gonna be hard to implement them because it's a matter of not knowing when is the right time to implement it. And I'm not sure if Codewars challenges are gonna be good for that because they're not gonna force you to use certain things in the challenges or give you hints about it, I think. So I think it would be cool to find a site that is just specialized to C++, where they kind of like free code camp, where they incrementally make you use some of these concepts in practice. Because that's the issue, if you create your own projects, you run into the problem that you're just gonna default for the stuff that you are already used to doing, and then you're never gonna evolve past that. So this is checking for if string is empty. This is initializing string string. Then it creates a pointer to this string. And this pointer to white space, which is this pattern here. Const auto string begin. Find first node of white space. So this is probably the beginning pattern. And I think I have to do this on the beginning of the thing. And here would be Morse code. First node off. And then white space. Can't I just use the same pattern there that I was using? I think I'm gonna use the one that he's using here, or she's using. This one. Oh, actually, it should be before. If I don't need to do this condition because I already have the results as empty string. Const auto string end, string final that's not off. So this is the end, the other one is the beginning. Oh, so this is a function. Oh, now I get it. It passes two arguments that are pointers to these variables. And then returns the substring. So I'm also gonna copy this range and this thing here, which is gonna be Morse code equals this, which is the beginning until the range. The string from the beginning to the final range. The rest of the code I think is just based on the question of the person there. And now I don't know what the white space is gonna be. But I assume it's okay to leave it as this pattern here. Now let's test. Oh, if I test, it's gonna pass after 2 attempts. So here, I forgot this. Here. There we go. Nice. Yeah, this was difficult. It's really frustrating when you're doing, but it's really rewarding once you get it done. And this, I imagine it gets really a lot harder because this is the beginning challenges. Beginners challenges, I think. So I think I'm gonna comment uh, function to parse return each word, each letter of a word into uh, each code into a letter. Get rid of spaces beginning and ending spaces. Loops through loops to the words based on the space pattern. Doesn't catch last word. Decodes last word. Call other function. Pass each word other function so it can convert letter by letter. I think that's fine. I don't know if people do comments usually. On the solutions I saw from other people, I didn't see any comments, but yeah. I might stop doing them in the future because I'm not sure if it matters that much. So let me see the other people's solution, which is probably a lot better than the one that I did. So this one is using regex. So I guess you can include other libraries. I think here are the votes of what people, if other people upvoted. So it's getting regex of Morse, making regex Morse equals to this regex pattern here. Then creating the string decoded, auto begin, Morse code begin, Morse dot find less. So it uses the same technique there to remove the empty spaces. For auto, it equals standard as regex iterator begin and Morse. Oh, so it's using the beginning, the end, and the pattern, the regex pattern. Huh. So I guess on this regex pattern, yeah, I think this is the symbol for R in regex. So I think what this is saying is catch the space, catch white spaces and one white space and three white spaces. but I'm not really sure if that's... Yeah, that's what it seems like, because here is escaping these symbols to find spaces, I think. This is probably to find 3 empty spaces. Yeah, and this is saying the beginning and the end. So space by space. Yeah, from the beginning of the white space until the end. So it catches the letter, I think. I'm not sure. So for auto, IT equals this, IT different than S regex iterator. I'm not sure what this is, but it's probably a function from the library, from regex library. Yeah, and then standard string equals IT. This is the arrow stuff I was talking about, which I know what it is, but I don't have any experience using it in practice. Oh, so maybe here is using the pattern. Or it only uses the pattern here. But so the decoded is gonna be the final string. This equals to plus equals string, which is equal to... Yeah, it is the thing that is being iterated, which is pointing to this string function. Not sure exactly what this does. Let's see if there are any comments. Hmm. I'm not sure is the use of this. I suspect, at least, that it's probably so for modification purposes or something like that. Because this is pointing to this, and this is gonna change each iteration. But then I don't know what the function is. And then here it says if 3 empty spaces, 1 empty space. So it's turning 3 empty spaces into 1 empty space. Else Morse code string, and then converting the string. So it's converting letter by letter, and I didn't even think about that, of converting. Or maybe I thought about it, but I didn't think about it, about using this ternary operator to do that. Yeah, because the loop that he used or she used is different. So this one, yeah, again using these pointers. I don't know what this does. Dot data. It's probably standard library function for strings. Here is probably easier, just see. The data function writes the character of the string into an array. Oh, interesting. It returns a pointer to the array, obtained from conversion of string to the array. So this is pretty much the same as split, I think. Yeah, I think Python also has split. JavaScript, yeah, Python is split, I think. Don't remember really well. JavaScript also has something along these lines. When you do with an empty string, it's just gonna turn the words into an array with each character. Turns type is not a valid C string as no /0 character gets appended at the end of the array. Yes, I'm gonna close this. So I think I understand what he's doing or she's doing. They are getting the character as the current one, making a pointer for the current character and a pointer for the end, which is the current plus the size. They're probably gonna use this to do the substring. Strip off all leading and trailing space first. So it's creating a loop to loop. And I don't understand how it's possible to do current plus plus there. If current, maybe it's looping through the current. Yeah, but if it's a char, then it has to be an array with one element only. I think I understand the concept of what they are doing, but I don't understand it in the programming sense. If I was going to do this on my own, I probably wouldn't think about that. So while current is less than end, if current equals empty string decoded plus equals empty string, current plus equals true. So these increments based on the white space. Else const char start equals current, while current smaller than end and pointer to current equals dot or the slash plus plus current. Decoded plus equals Morse code standard string start current. Oh, so this is to increment the white space between words into the thing. And then it's looping and getting all the letters. Yeah, I didn't understand the current really well, but I think I'm gonna move on to this next one. Probably this is the last one that I'm gonna. Let me see which one has a lot of upvotes. I think the only one that has a lot of upvotes was the first one, probably. I think is organized through that. Oh, this person put comments as well. So maybe I should continue to put comments in the next ones. Find the beginning of Morse code sequence. Find first off, find the end. Find the position of the next space. Insert a space phone. Yeah, so it's the same logic as the first one. If there isn't a space, it adds the space, and now it's looping through the... I prefer this one over this one, but this one has more upvotes. So, not sure if that means that this is better or just doesn't matter that much. And the nows is making Morse code substring CP, C minus CP. So C is the substring with the letter, and CP is the first character that is not a empty space. Yeah, interesting. So I think I'm gonna stop here. And I'll probably do Code Academy stuff offline. Well, I think there were more Decode the Morse code, more challenges. It was a series if I remember, but since the next one is this one, I think I'm just gonna follow the flow here of the thing. So the next one I'm gonna do is probably this, and it's probably gonna be either tomorrow or some other time. So see you.